Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you hopefully elect. Getting right into it. I got 3 clips that I want to play. Because, as we know, or as we should know, a lot of things that go on in other places, these testing grounds and these beta runs, these test runs that go on worldwide, that have been going on for some time now. As I've said before, it's only a matter of time before eventually it comes here to America, to Babylon. All right. And with that being said, it appears there's been another test run, so to say. It appears, because as I did a video yesterday touching on the fact that with this, I say, just me personally, because with there be a lot of things that go on here on American soil, but for the simple fact that you got a lot of these distractions going on in these other places, as I mentioned yesterday, in one of yesterday's videos, going into the whole situation with Israel, Hamas, right? For the most part, everyone's focus, attention, I'll say, everyone's attention is on that situation. For the most part. But while that's going on, there's a lot of people that have no idea that a lot of banks are going offline, and a lot of these banks are failing. And that's why I say this is just me. This is one of several of these silent epidemics that have been going on. All right. Because again, there's all type of test runs going on right now, man. It's no coincidence. All right. It's no coincidence, and I'll just say this, because as far as these the plans of these wicked elites, I've said before, this isn't something that they just came up with. No, this is something that these are things that they've been trying. As far as their enterprise, this is something that they've been trying to do for a long time. But it's really just a matter of, ever since this so-called crisis back in 2020 started, it really sped a lot of things up. So they were able to really get a lot of things done a lot quicker, a lot sooner. So, with that being said, I'm going to, like I said, I got 3 clips that I want to play. 2 of the clips, is really of the same situation, the same woman. It's kind of like 1 clip, 2 clips of the same person, of the same situation. It was just divided into 2 clips, which makes it a total of 3 clips. So this first clip that I want to play here, well, just check this out.
Is anybody paying attention? Because the London Stock Exchange was halted for 80 minutes yesterday, being Friday on a weekend, just going into the weekend. And nobody is even covering this. Not the BBC, not CNN, nobody. The biggest stock exchange in the whole world that covers all of the money was...
So real quick, right? Bear with me. I'm going to get this. Revelation 16, verse 13. Because as I've been saying, the timing of everything, nothing is a coincidence. All right. Everything is being moved into place. And something's getting ready to happen. All right. This shit is getting ready to go down. Lord willing is sooner than soon. We know it's soon, but Lord willing is sooner than soon. All right. But Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So just to get right into it, all right. These 3 unclean spirits, again, as I said, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Right? So these 3 unclean spirits, because basically, again, just to get into it, you got the religious sector, all right, which is based out there, basically the Catholic Church, that's like the mother of all these religions or whatnot, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Most, if not all, these religions, they go back to the Roman Catholic Church. All right, so that's one aspect of it. But then you got the military sector of it. All right. So you got the religious or the spiritual aspect. You got the military aspect, and then you got the third and final, the monetary aspect, which is based out there, again, not so coincidentally, in Rome, Slovakia, not Rome, but London. All right. So again, nothing is by coincidence, right? Nothing is by coincidence. So playing on.
Halted. This is not alarming to you? All of the BBC, not CNN, nobody. The biggest stock exchange in the whole world that covers all of the money was halted. This is not alarming to you? It should be. But you know what was covered by the BBC? It was intimate pictures of Beyonce and Britney. Pastimes. They're not informing you of what's going on today. They're informing you of what's going on before. Intimate pictures. We gotta wake up.
So this is what's going on out there as of right now, or what already took place. But the meat of this, because again, these things they don't get reported on the mainstream media outlets. All right. And quite frankly, man, this is why they're gonna all these TikTok prophets, as some brothers say, and whatnot. All in all, man, this is why all this information coming out, man. This is why. And again, I touched on this. Well, Slocky, I don't think I touched on it. I don't think I mentioned it, but I've definitely mentioned this before in the video I did in the past, some months ago. And this was in part, because in part I touched on this in the video that I did yesterday. Going into how like I mentioned yesterday, they don't want certain information coming out, especially with the information with all these banks collapsing and things of that nature, because that's going to cause a panic. All right, it's going to cause people to, it's going to cause all type of bank runs and people trying to get all of their money out the banks, right? And again, I mentioned this in a video that I did some months ago about how, because they touched on this briefly, you know, they touched on this on a hot second about how the fact that word gets out via social media, at the time it was Twitter, all right, about such and such banks, and you know, just information dealing with the banks, and it caused people to, you know, run to the ATMs and try to get their money out. It was a low form of you know, we not too long ago we saw you know, these mile runs and these bank runs and things of that nature. And again, a while ago, you know, basically they were talking about censoring information on the internet, basically Amos 8 and 11, all right, cutting the internet off and certain things of that nature, you know, just to stop certain of this information from coming out, quote unquote misinformation and you know, things of that nature. All right, because at that time the narrative was, you know, they were blaming the internet, people putting information on the internet, and it was causing people to, it was causing a frenzy. So they wanted to basically shut the internet down, right? You know, I touched on that a while ago. And I say all that to say because again, you know, the top wicked elites, they control the media, all right? You know, the media, or the median, which is that's the go-to. That's how that's how the elites communicate with the average civilian. You know, that's how they communicate with the common folk. All right, so they control the media. All right, the media is the median between the elites and the goyim. But the point being is, they control the narrative. They want to control what's put out there. And that's why I was saying, again, I say all that to say, there's a lot of information that's coming out that they don't want out there. All right. And that's why eventually they're just going to, you know, just shut this whole thing down. Because you got to ask yourself, why isn't this, is as minor, small as it may appear, nevertheless, this is big news. This is not small news whatsoever. All right, this is big. Again, man, you got to ask yourself, why wouldn't this be? And this is what a lot of these guys say, especially with these TikTok prophets and social media prophets and whatnot. In a roundabout way, a lot of them, they always say the same thing, like, why isn't this being reported on the mainstream media? Well, you know, they only want certain information out there. So, on that same note, all right, the next two clips, like I said, is really one clip, but because of the length, you know, it's divided into two clips, and it's the same woman, all right, speaking on the same situation, the same event that's going on. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play these next two clips.
So we just tried to go to McDonald's because in Marks and Spencer's we were going to get some lunch in with our shopping, and the lady there was stopping people in the car park, and she also said it's the whole country. The whole country's card payments have gone down. No one can use card right now, so no one can get petrol, diesel, no one can pay.
The whole card payment, you know, I know with the accent it might sound a little, you know, whatever, but she's talking about the whole card payment system is down. So basically no one's able to do anything, right? At least not with a card. And again, because with this whole cash going obsolete, you know, eventually it's going to boil down to one thing, all right? That MOTB, the Revelation 13, 16, 17. Eventually, that's what's going to boil down to. Because as I touched on yesterday, you know, as far as these reports coming out about this recall that's supposed to be taking place in the next 2-3 weeks, all right, for all physical coins and dollars and things of that nature, and come and trade it in for, you know, CBDC or however, you know, however they want to word it or whatever. All right. Again, I believe this just to be another test run. All right.
For anything, no one can get their shopping, no one can buy a train ticket. No, is this just in Essex, or is this the whole country? Because we're thinking, oh, perhaps it was just a blip because we've come over to Chelmsford in Essex. Maybe it's just here, and there's nothing written on any news or anything. So we thought, oh, we'll go to the nearest cash point because there wasn't one at Aldi. So we had to leave all of our shopping in Marks and Spencer's and just walk out.